All right, so it's getting pretty late for me, and I've had a pretty productive day. I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house. I did actually clean up some around my desk. Huh? Huh? How about that? Are you proud of me? I bet you're proud of me. All right, so today I'm going to go ahead and open up this Superpowers vehicle, and it's the Bug, the Blue Beetle's aerial mobile headquarters. Here's what the sides of the box look like. I'll turn that around for you. Here's the back of the box, which shows off some of the features. Seats 2 figures, retractable sky wire, and push button to open wings. So, and then on the bottom, it actually has some instructions on how to put this guy together. And it says, Blue Beetle Bug Ship Assembly. Caution, pressing the wings could cause damage. Be sure to open them before installing the legs. All right, helpful hint. So, as with most of these vehicles, I believe that the quote-unquote artwork here is actually just a photograph of the actual toy vehicle that they altered with Photoshop to make it look like a drawing. I think they could have done a better job of of selling this, of making it a little more dramatic. What I would have done, especially since the retractable skywire is a feature on it, is have the thing actually looping out of here with the Blue Beetle kind of swinging on it. You know, you put the hero who's supposed to be piloting this thing on here, and you know, it helps you sell the vehicle. It helps you sell the action figure, because if somebody's already got the action figure, they're going to want the vehicle to go with it. If somebody's thinking about buying this vehicle, they're going to want the action figure to go with it. Speaking of which, I do have the Blue Beetle here, so we can put him in his vehicle, and also his best bro, his hetero life mate, his partner in crime fighting, Booster Gold. So we're gonna have some fun with those. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, just a single piece of tape holding it open on the side. We got a cardboard insert. Let's go ahead and slide that out of there. I'm used to these like with the Batmobile having like plastic inserts, so cardboard insert is a new thing. And there's the main body of the vehicle itself. We'll set that aside for now. And then we have this baggie here with the legs, and I'm guessing that these are all the same leg. That they're just you know, 6 of the same leg, so they should probably all fit in there interchangeably. It looks like that's what it says on the package. It's just got a picture of the leg with a ×6 next to it. So let's get those out of there. And there also is this little guy here. Looks like the antennae that should go onto the top of the vehicle. And there's what the leg looks like. It's pretty simple. It's kind of hollowed out, so they didn't spend a whole lot of money on this, but it still looks effective to me. You know, it could be like it's an iron girder, so that might be why it's kind of hollowed out like that. I probably would have done it solid if I were designing this thing, but I don't really have a complaint about it being hollowed out either. So, damn it, man, now they're falling on the floor. Even though I did clean up around here, it's still fairly cluttered. I'm not 100% done. So, I did take most of the Superpowers figures that were on the desk already and put them into a bin. And the only ones I left out were the JLI related characters, because, you know, since I'm opening this, and we can see one of these is popping open already. And there is a latch right here, little push button latch, and that's where it should catch. So there we go. Now we got it closed. So that's what the body of the vehicle looks like. Now, just done like this, it might remind one of Watchmen and Night Owl's Owl Ship. Yes, it is live, Aunt June. I'm sorry, I didn't see that you were talking, because I was messing around with this. So yeah, we're actually live right now. So, but yeah, if you remember in Watchmen, the Night Owl's Owl Ship, aka Archimedes, aka Archie, it looked somewhat like this, because it basically was the Blue Beetle's bug, but without the legs on it. So you know, Night Owl was kind of based off of Blue Beetle. So anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna try to grab them with my hand as it pops up, but I believe you press this button here. I thought that was. I guess it's not that button. Which button is it? Somewhere around here, there's a button. Is this thing on the bottom? I thought that you pressed. How do you push button to open wings? Well, which button do I press? Where is the button that I press? See, I figured it would have been this thing in the front, but it's not. And I'm trying to press the bottom. That's probably what retracts the sky wire. Well, then what is it that opens it up? Because it doesn't say what button to press. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? I have never seen this. Well, yeah, because it's the Blue Beetle's bug. This is the first time I've opened it. So, and I can't put the legs. Oh, I see. Okay, so the button's actually here at the back. It's very cleverly hidden. So, see the where it comes to a point at the back? That's actually the button. So there we go. It pops open pretty easily. So it doesn't seem to have the kind of problems that the Batwing's canopy has, where a lot of times people say that thing's just like breaking straight off. It does seem like it's strong enough that it opens it, but it doesn't seem like it flings it open quite to that extent. So I did have one of my viewers ask me if on the old Batwing video if my Batwing's canopy had broken yet, and I can honestly say that the canopy on that Batwing has not broken yet. But I did buy more than one Batwing, and one of them that I bought, it was immediately broken, like right out of the box. I think it actually broke while it was in the box, which is crazy. So let's go ahead and put these legs in, and the legs are actually somewhat articulated, so they kind of ratchet a little bit, but you can move those around. So get them really into whatever position you want to. I do like that there's like almost like a Beetle emblem sculpted into the bottom. That's pretty cool. So, all right, get the legs in there. Now, I did not see the Blue Beetle movie yet, which is not about Ted Cord. It is about the third Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, and he's played by the actor Jolo. I forget what his last name is. He's the actor that plays Miguel on Cobra Kai, which is one of my favorite shows. And I thought that was excellent casting. But Ted Cord isn't really a character in that movie. But from what I understand, the Blue Beetle's bug actually does appear in the movie because they mentioned Ted Cord. I believe that the character that Susan Sarandon plays is a relative of his. So here we go. So that's what it looks like with the legs on there. Let's go ahead and close this again. We'll pop it open in a minute. And then last but not least, we have the antennae. And you see that it's got two small pegs on there. So that should line up with the two holes that are on the top. So that should help you figure out which way that they point. And they do point forward. So let's go ahead and pop those in there. Little teeny tiny antennae. Very nice. So that's what the whole thing looks like when it's assembled together. And there is a sticker on the outside. It has a bumper sticker on the back. It says, "I love New York." It's just pretty funny. Now, the thing that, as a fan of DC Comics, that I appreciate about this is that the original this isn't the original I Love New York design, but the original one was designed by graphic designer Milton Glazier, and he was the same guy that actually designed the DC Bullet that was used for like the later part of the 1970s on through like 2011, and it's the one that they're actually going back to. So yeah, it is a nice little Easter egg, and it does have more of a connection to the history of DC than one might think. So if we open up the back again, oops, I knocked over something. That was something else I had over here. It's a surprise tool to help us later. All right, so if we open up the back again, we see that there is a cockpit with two seats. As I said, it seats two figures. Each has a control panel. There's a a control console right in the middle, and then there's this thing here, which if you notice that there's a sticker on here, which looks like one of those swirly opening doors. Oh, it matches the one at the bottom. So this is the one that you're supposed to pretend that the Blue Beetle jumps out through and grabs a hold of the Skywire to retract on that. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And we can hear that has a nice ratcheting sound to it. Now it's got, you see the bar has two smaller handlebars hanging off of it, and Blue Beetle does indeed have two open hands. So that's nice. So we can attach the Blue Beetle to those. Let's go ahead and do that. And I think it'll work better if I have the bar facing towards the top of his hands. It seems like he'll grip it a little better that way. Although the way it's hanging off there, I think that's going to have him hanging so he's facing away from the front of the vehicle. He's actually kind of facing sort of sideways to it. But there he is, hanging off the bottom of it. You can have him swing into some evildoers. Do I have any bad guys around here? I do not have any superpower scale bad guys. I do have, even though it's the wrong scale, Surfing Joker. So we can have, oh, swings right into the Joker, knocks him over. So I guess he had a wipeout. But yeah, he hangs on there pretty well. But let's see how well he stays on when we retract it. Oh, pretty well. So that's nice. You know, it's really ratchet. You know, like with a lot of these, the springs are a little too strong, but it seems like they finally got the strings in good shape. And you see there are two small clips there that can hold the handlebars in place, but be careful when you put those back in there, since that is that hard plastic. It can be prone to cracking or breaking with something like that. So it shows it as being like a headquarters. I've seen pictures of it where people have various characters. I'm gonna put his arms back down. So various characters kind of standing around back here as if they're having a meeting. So let's go ahead and set up some of those. And since, like I said, I kept some of these JLI guys around just for this occasion, didn't put them in the box when I was storing the other figures. Oops, Dr. Fateful. Oh, they all fell over. It'd probably work better if I had it on a table or something, but since my table's all the way down there, I want you guys to be able to see it. But you can see how they can kind of stand up in there. And he's an old superpowers, but yeah, you get the idea. That's probably enough of that. We don't want to spend the whole video seeing me try to stand these guys up. So we'll go ahead and move on. So it is designed, like I said, for two figures to be able to sit in the front of the cockpit. And obviously, one of these guys would be the Blue Beetle himself. So let's go ahead and insert him in there. And it does seem like it's a little easier said than done. It's not exactly like a lot of room to fit him in there, because the wings kind of get in the way and everything. But I got him in there, and he seems like he's staying in there all right. I really think with these vehicles, sometimes it would be a better idea if they put some kind of seat belt in there, maybe like a clip, like some of the old Batman vehicles would have a clip to hold them in place. But it always seems like these cockpits are a little on the loose side as far as like I'm having a hard time getting characters to stay in the whirly bat, if you recall. But we can put Booster Gold in the other seat. He seems like the most appropriate person to have in there. And then we can go ahead and close our canopy. And voila, that's what the vehicle looks like with some figures in it. So all in all, this is a pretty good vehicle. The retail price on this was $30, which is not bad for an action figure vehicle nowadays, if we're being honest. It's a bit more, obviously, than it would have been back in the 80s if they'd have made it back then, but you know, that's just inflation. Not even the kind of unusual inflation like we see a lot nowadays, but you know, just kind of typical inflation. I figure this probably would have been like maybe a $25 vehicle a couple of years ago, but 30 really isn't so bad for something like this, I think. And like I said, I got mine on clearance, so it was only $14. $14 is a really good deal. So So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This is a vehicle that I wish they would have made back in the '80s, but they didn't even make a figure of Blue Beetle back in the '80s, let alone a vehicle for him. And it's kind of impressive to me that McFarlane actually bothered to do like a large scale vehicle for a character that is not like an A-list character like a Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman. And in fact, even like for Black Manta's sea saucer, that's like a McFarlane crowdfunding thing. Hell, the Bat Multicraft, a Batman vehicle, is being used as a crowdfunding thing. So I don't know. It seems to me like it's the sort of thing like they could have done this as a crowdfunding thing. Probably they wound up doing it as a vehicle they sold at retail because the Blue Beetle had that movie coming out, but that wound up unfortunately not doing too well. I don't know. Maybe it is fortunate. Like I said, I haven't seen it. Maybe it's not good. But I heard decent things about it from people who actually saw it. So I don't know about that. I'll check it out one of these days. But I am pretty happy with how the vehicle turned out. Glad to have it in my collection. But that's pretty much it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. All the fun YouTube stuff down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Blue Beetle's bug. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.